Hello, it's Wednesday today, the 19th, I think, of April. I've just popped up to one of my local post offices to post off my Annie blankets. I've done a quick video of them finished for you, so I'll add that onto this one a bit later. But what I was looking at, I can't really see from here, I'm a bit far away really, and I didn't take my phone out when I went to the shop, but that's my topper that's here. It's actually just a basic rainbow granny square, but it's looking so dull now. I mean, I'm glad it's still there, but the colours have really faded, so I must get on and do another one for that one as a matter of priority. But now I've finished those two Annie blankets, I'm hoping to start. Well, I have got one topper started that I did start on my holiday, to be honest, and I have got a finished one that my sister did that I need to make something to go on the top of. But yeah, I was going to do a couple more kings really, actually, and also I've got this lovely turtle pattern that I wanted to do with the turtle matching game, but I really perhaps need to do a couple toppers quickly. I've got a Crafty Mum session at my house tomorrow where some of my friends are coming around and we're going to chat about different things we do. So I was kind of hoping that as like an ultimate goal, a few of them can crochet, so I was kind of hoping that I might get them roped in with it a bit as well. So if I could make like some bases, they could all make something small, a flower or a butterfly or something, or a heart, and we could all make like a communal one that everyone had put a piece in. That was kind of my hope, so I should put that to them tomorrow and see if I can get anyone on board with that. Or even if they can't crochet, if they could knit or they could sew and just make a little something that I can then add to a top. It would be nice to have one that we'd all done. Anyway, I finished work. I'm going to go for a very quick walk. It's tea time. I'm starving, but I'm almost at the 2 stone mark now. So I've lost another £2 to lose, and then I've lost 2 stone, and that's in 12 weeks. So I've restarted my NHS app. And gone back to the beginning, so put my fresh weight in and fresh BMI, so I've got a new goal now to work towards. So yeah, I'm going to go for a quick walk to just to end my day off. But yes, but yeah, the Annie blankets, I did take a quick silent video with them, so I will tag it on to the end of this, and then possibly show you a few patterns that I've got to do, that the turtle one I wanted to do and stuff as well, and show you that one as well after I've put the Annie bit on. So after showing you the Annie blankets, I just wanted to show you the quick other things that I'm going to be doing. So this is the crochet turtle memory game pattern. That's who I purchased the pattern from, which I believe was on Etsy. So I'm trying to find the picture so you can see the finished result. I did have trouble printing this. I've got a feeling now. Oh, here it is. Here's the last picture. Okay, so it's like a mum turtle. That's the back of her. And she obviously opens out, and inside are all the little ones, and they've each got colours stitched into the bottom, or crocheted into the bottom of them. So you do like 2 of each, and then you can play like a matching game of pairs, or just literally play with them as they are, which I think is really sweet. I've also had this one this week, which is a really nice little book, little hardback book, of mini birds. And when I make things, I don't make them really tiny. It says to use like a 1 to 2 millimetre hook, I believe. Let's have a just quick look at one of the patterns, and then we can see. Doesn't it tell you the size there? It doesn't actually, so it must stay at the beginning which one to use. But oh, here we are, crochet hooks. Use a hook that's recommended for your yarn thickness. So this person making these used a 2.5 millimetre. I'll either use a 3, or if I wanted to make a bigger one, a 4 probably. But here are all the little birds that you can make, which I thought were really nice. I thought it'd be nice for toppers. And the peacock was quite cute. And the seagull, obviously quite topical around where I live. So yeah, so that's another little project I wanted to give a go to. This book I bought ages ago from Amazon, I believe, when it was on a special offer. I think it's also in the works quite often on a special offer. And it's literally just lots and lots of different granny square ideas that you can do. Obviously you can make up like a sample blanket, or I did think about doing them and putting them on toppers or cushion covers maybe, but there's all different ones which I thought would be really nice to try when I get time. I was just trying to see somewhere in it, does she say there, it shows you there with them on a cushion. There was also a child's square activity cube, but I can't see it now. So basically you make 6 of them and crochet them around, there we go, crochet them around a foam cube, I would imagine, and then you've got a little toy. But obviously if you're going to be using it for babies, you really need to have everything safety tested, so I don't really do things like that. This one is a little thin sample magazine that came with my Simply Crochet magazine that I was getting every month. I've actually cancelled the subscription now because I was finding I wasn't making anything out of it, and although it was nice to look at, it was quite expensive. I originally did it because I got quite a few things on offer with it, like some cotton, like mini balls of cotton, and I think a calendar. I want to say a calendar as well. But this one I thought I was going to sell this one on, just to sort of try and recoup back a bit of the money, because I thought it was going to be the same things as this one, but it's actually all different ones. So I think it's quite nice to hang on to, because you never know when you might need, you know, one of these for something. I don't know, when in my spare time. And the other thing I had come this week is this one, which was on offer on Amazon. And this is basically, so you can write in here, if you're anything like me, you have more than one thing on the go at a time, and then you come back to it and you've used the hook that you were using for something else, and you can't remember which hook you were using because you didn't use what was in the pattern, and so on. So this basically is for you to write in what you're making, who you're making it for, should that be relevant, the yarn, the colour dye number, so if you need more wool, you've got that information there, and really for me, hook size, to be honest. And also sometimes I have, like, when I make things sometimes, like for example the Annie blankets I made, if I know I want them to come out a particular size, it's handy to know if I've made them before, how many I needed to change to start with to get the size that I wanted, and that kind of thing. So that's quite handy. So each page is literally the same. So it's just quite a handy thing to have. And then there's obviously, that's like for orders, I suppose, if you've got orders for people, which I have got a separate book for that, because obviously I do make things for people. But it'd be quite nice to have it all in one place. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on with the toppers, like I said earlier. Do a couple of toppers, hopefully do a couple of kings, and then I think this little turtle is going to be my next thing. It's a shame there's not a picture of the mum turtle, actually. I think there was, but I think there was a mishap with the printer, and I kind of must have figured I didn't need the picture page, but it shows they're using, yeah, that's buttons, I think, for eyes, or you can use buttons or safety eyes. I never do. I always just stitch them on. I'm never very good at faces or anything like that, but I would hate the thought of anyone getting hold of it and it dropping off in their house and a little one getting hold of the buttons or the eyes. Yeah, you can't really see them on, to be honest. That's obviously the base of her. But that's again the same here with these. These all use little safety eyes. But if I ever make anything like that, I literally just stitch the eyes on with a couple of little black stitches. That one's got a partially crocheted eye. You can see there the red macaw. So I would crochet a white circle and just put a couple of little black stitches in the middle. Yeah, so that's a little crochet update.